Hey guys, so for today's tutorial for our pig game, we're gonna need this peach color, which is yarn dolce. I have the number here, so the color number is 773, and this is gonna be the main color. Perhaps we're gonna need some fine yarn or stuff like that to sew, but since this is my first one, I'm not sure entirely, so I will keep you I will tell you what you need. For sure you've got that. It's nothing what you have to go to the store and buy it. For sure you've got it. As usually, scissor. The hook we're gonna use is number 4, my lucky hook. It's been with me for years. And a needle. This pretty much that's it. I already, how you can see, I don't know if you can see, I did one leg and one hand. And how we're gonna do now hands, and we're gonna put aside, and then when we're gonna do legs, from legs we're gonna build up. So just be prepared for that. So let's start with hands. Take your peach color or whatever color you decide to do, and we're doing 2 loops. I'm gonna tie this one up nicely, and we're doing 2 loops, 1, 2. Now second loop from the hook, we're doing 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one is the 6th. Now mark your row. I'm not gonna do it yet, and we have to do 6 increases, so it means 2 stitches in one, and like that 6 times, and you're gonna have 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one is the 6th. Now we're supposed to have 12 stitches in the row. If you want to make sure, just count them one more time. If you are sure about it, just leave it. Mark your row. Now I have a leftover from the yarn, so I'm usually using that. It's easy to use. So now what we have to do 13 rows up without any changes, 12 stitches. So we're going around like that, 12 stitches, and we're doing 13 rows up, 1 free. And while you do that, don't forget to put some filler inside, not much, just a bit, to be soft, not hard. It looks like a sausage like that. And yeah, do this 13 rows up, and then I'm gonna join you and I'm gonna show you how we're putting these 2 sides together. Okay guys, so I finished this 13 rows. I already filled this one up with filler. This is how it looks. And now what we're doing, we have to crochet these both sides together. So we just carry on, like taking the first stitch from this side and the other one from this side, and we have to do like that, 1 stitch like that. 5 stitches is supposed to be. 2, 3, 4, and the last one you're doing a closing stitch. So you have 2 loops on the hook, and the first loop you're pulling straight to the other, and you're doing 1 more just to keep it tight. Cut this one short because we're gonna crochet this into the body. I will try at the very least. This yarn is too chunky to sew them. This is 2 hands. You have to do 1 more like that, and just leave them aside. We're gonna need later on. Now the feet, we're gonna do the first one, just to make sure you understand. The first one, you have to do a closing stitch as we did there, and cut the yarn short, And the second one, we're not gonna cut, we're gonna carry on crocheting up. So keep in mind, the first one cutting, the second you don't have. And we're gonna start as usually 2 loops, and second loop from the hook, we're doing not 6 but 7 stitches. So 2 loops, 1, 2, and second from the hook, right here, we're doing 7 stitches. Now the next row we're doing 7 increases, so we're doing 2 stitches in one, and like that 7 times, and you should have 14 stitches by the end of this. So we're doing 2 stitches in one, like that 5 more times. And after we finish this increases, this row with increases, we're doing 3 rows up, 14 stitches without any changes. I'm sorry guys, I said 3 rows, but I meant 5 rows up without any changes. So we're doing this row with increases, and then 5 rows without any changes, 14 stitches. Okay guys, so I finished these 5 rows. Now, if you're doing the first leg, just a reminder how I told you, I'm sorry for my cough. Just a reminder how I told you, you're doing a slip knot in the next stitch. So you have 2 loops on the hook, and the first one you're pulling straight to another one, and you're doing 1 extra loop. This is gonna be the end of the first feet. But if you're doing the second, as I do, we just need to do 1 more row without any changes, 14 stitches, and then we're gonna join with the other feet. So now we're doing 1 row, 14 stitches. Okay guys, so I did this 1 extra row. Now what we're doing 1 extra loop. This is for joining the feet, and we're gonna join, and next, not here where we made this closing stitch, but in the next one, right here. And we're gonna do here 1 loop. Just hold on a minute. Yeah, 1 loop, 1 stitch, I'm sorry. This is gonna be our first stitch, and we have to count like that 14 up to this point. So do 14 stitches. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and here is the last one, it's 14. There you go. Now we're doing 1 stitch in this loop right here. If you have too much gap between, you can do a decrease, sort of. So you're taking from this gap right in the middle, you're taking 1 loop and 1 in this loop where we made it to join, just like that, and it's gonna close the gap. It's not gonna be these empty holes, and you're doing just 1 stitch. And now again 14 on other side, and if you feel that you have a gap here, do exactly the same. So you're doing 1 in this where we have the loop, and 1 here. The most important is supposed to have 1 here, 1 here, and 14 around. So in total 30 stitches is you're supposed to come up. So this is our first, and we're doing again 14 stitches. Up till the end of the row, 14 stitches and 1 here. Okay guys, this is what I have so far, and I have 30 stitches. Now count them just in case, and if you miss 1 stitch or something, so be mindful, you might have lost it. I did before moment, so I had to count them somewhere here in the middle. So if you cannot find it, just do one increase. It's not gonna affect your toy in any case. So if you don't have 30 stitches, do an increase here right in the middle. From this side or from this side, it doesn't really matter. It's not gonna see it anyway. You're not gonna see that. But now it's the time to correct yourself if you did something wrong. So we're gonna carry on. I'm gonna mark my row, and we need to do increases now. I'm gonna show you just a few to not make this video too long. So we're doing 4 stitches, 2, 3 and 4, and we're doing 1 increase, which means 2 stitches in 1, just like that. And again, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and again an increase. And like that we have to have 6 times, and you're going to have 36 stitches. So basically, to not explain you each row with increase, because it's gonna be just rows with increase following. So now we're doing 4 stitches, how I showed you before, moment, and increase up till the end. After that we will be need to increase with 1. So we're doing 5 stitches, 1 increase, and like that 6 times. And we have to do like that until you're not gonna have 8 stitches and 1 increase, and like that 6 times. And then you will have like 60 stitches in the row, like 60. So do up to this point, and when you're gonna do the last row 8 stitches and increase, I'm gonna join you and show you what we're doing next. So for now, do these rows with increases. So we're doing now 4. I'm just gonna say one more time. We're doing now 4 stitches increase. After that, 5 stitches and increase, 6 stitches increase, 7 stitches increase, and the last one 8 stitches, 1 increase, and like that 6 times. And you're going to have 60 stitches. And then we're gonna meet again. Okay guys, so I finished these rows with increases, which the last one, how I said, was 8 stitches in increase, and I have 60 stitches. Now what we have to do 1 row without any changes, 60 stitches. So just 1 row, no changes, no nothing. We're doing normal stitches all the way to the end. Okay guys, so I did this 1 row without any changes, and we're gonna move the beginning of the row for us now, because it looks, you see, it's on the side, and we need here somewhere in the middle. So I'm gonna let a couple stitches till I get there, and we're gonna do tail. That looks about right. It's middle, yeah. And what we're doing now, this is gonna be the beginning of our row. And we're doing 6 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one. Now, from the second loop from the hook in the 5th one, we're doing 1 stitch. And again, in the same loop, we're doing 1 more stitch. So basically we have to do increases all 5 stitches. So we're doing 2 stitches in 1 in these loops up till the end. Here is 2, 3, 4, and in the last one we're doing exactly the same. So it's gonna be a bit curly like that, like for a pig. And in the next one, in the next stitch, we're doing 1 stitch, normal stitch. Now mark your row, and we have to do 1 row without any changes, 60 stitches. This is gonna be the beginning of our row now. So we're doing one row with no changes, 60 stitches all the way around. Okay guys, so I did this 60 stitches. Now I counted them, so how you can see I am here and we have like a big crack here, right? Well, not literally, but still. So what we're doing, the last stitch, so it's the end of the row here, it's 60 stitches and we have this gap between because of these loops. Now what we're doing, it's, you look where it's your beginning of the row, yeah, and you just mark it and you jump right here to the first stitch if you have the same, and you tie it as much as you can and you're doing one stitch and the gap is closed and the tail is like that. So now we have to do, this is already another row, I did one, and we're doing 8 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8, sorry, I forgot. And we're doing one decrease now, so we're taking first half of the stitch from the first loop. Here you have two sides, so first side you're taking on the hook, and from the other stitch another side, and you're pulling the thread once and we crochet them together. This is our decrease, and like that we have to do 5 more times. So I'll show you one more time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and decrease. So first half of the stitch from the both stitches and crochet them together. This is the decrease, and we're doing till the end of the row 8 stitches and decrease. After we finish this row, we're doing one row without any changes, 54 stitches. Okay guys, so I did this row with decreases and one row without any changes. So basically, to not put more minutes to this video, I'm just gonna explain you because they're going the same. So now the last one, how I said, we did 8 stitches decrease and one row without any changes. Now the next one we're doing, it's 7 stitches and one decrease, and like that 6 times. How much I have here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and decrease exactly same, first half of the stitch from the both stitches, and we're doing a decrease, and like that till the end of the row. After that, one row without any changes, it's 48 stitches. So we have to do rows like that, like now we did 7 stitches and decrease till the end of the row, and one row without any changes. After that we're doing 6 decrease and one row without any changes, and 5 decrease and one row without any changes. So like that we have to do up to when you're gonna have 2 stitches, 1 decrease, and like that 6 times. Then you stop and I'm gonna join you. If you don't understand something, write me in the comments and I will explain you better. But I think I'm quite clear here. Meanwhile, don't forget to fill this one up with filler, good enough to be puffy, and see you once I get to this 2 stitches decrease. Alright guys, so I did this row with decreases and without changes. So here I am at the last one. What I did is 2 stitches, 1 decrease, and like that 6 times, and I have 24 stitches. Now we're gonna crochet the hands in this last row. So how we're gonna do that? It's the hands, it's supposed to stay right parallel to the these legs, right? So just in case, I'm gonna count for me, but you do the same. So if you have one more or one less and you think it's not right, the hands always supposed to be right what is the, imagine that here is the shoulders, right? So your hands is always standing close to your feet. So here's how it's going to be. So for me, if I'm gonna hold it here, I'm gonna count 2, 4, 5, 5 stitches from the beginning of the row. So let's do that. I will show you how I'm doing, so then you can decide for yourself how you can do. I think it's a great tip for you for future. It took me a long time to learn that. To be honest, I've never had any idea how to crochet the body parts, but now I sort of do. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we take the hand like that, and we finding the first stitch right here. We're putting on the hook, and we crochet with this hand. So we're going for the stitch from the body, and we're pulling through both of these stitches, and we're doing 1 stitch. And again, taking 1 from the hand, 1 from the body, and crochet them together. And like that we have to do 5 times with the hand. 1, 3. It's important to not miss any, so do like me. Just when you're inserting here, you look where you insert your hook. There you go. And now this end I'm gonna crochet here. Now roughly I need to know how the distance between them. So I'm gonna do again the same. Putting the hand here and here, and I'm doing 2, 4, 5. Really? 5? Yeah. Let's do 5 stitches between hands. Meanwhile, this end, what we had when we did this closing stitch, is left. So to not hang around. If you're gonna crochet into the bar, it's just annoying. Sometimes this yarn is so chunky that it's so hard to. I'm sorry for the ambulance. It's so hard to. And I feel I'm gonna mess this one up now. Okay, I had to undo this stitch. Sometimes this yarn is so chunky that it's so hard to crochet with it, and it might seem easier for some people. They will always ask, oh, that here is not that much job. And the only question I say, the only answer I give is I give you a try, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one is 5th. It's the 5th. Now we're taking the other hand. Now we're taking like that. The other one we put like that. So we're finding here the first stitch. And we're doing 5 stitches with this again. So just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one is 5th. Now we have 4 stitches till the end of the row. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one. Now, before the closing stitch, I suggest you do the same. Let's feel the body very nice and see if everything is perfect. at least close to perfect. Perfect is never going to be. And if everything is satisfying, then we can do a closing stitch and cut when the body is done. Give me a second, I will be back, I will show you. Okay guys, so I filled this one up, how you can see. I think I like the way it looks. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. I think I cannot do better than that. So let's just do a closing stitch and cut the yarn. So in the next stitch we're doing 2 loops on the hook, and the first loop we're pulling straight to another, and we're doing one more. And now just we have to cut this one. Now I need to find a scissor though. So cut short, pull this one, tight as much as you can. It's so chunky and it's so annoying. So cut it short because we're gonna sew the head, but I strongly suggest you to take some fine yarn or thread to sew this, because the yarn is very chunky and it's hard to sew, first of all. The second of all, it won't be that strong holding. So if you're gonna pull the hair or the kid is gonna play with it, so for sure he is gonna pull everything and everywhere, and it's gonna just get lost quite quick. So I will take any fine yarn like that, any similar color or white, and I will show you, don't worry about that. So the body we're putting aside, and we're going to start the head. So we're doing again 2 loops, one, two, and the second loop from the hook right here. As usually we're doing 6 stitches. Five, and the last one 6. No, 2, 4, 6. And the next row I'm sorry, the next row we're doing 6 increases, so 2 stitches in one, and like that 6 times. Okay guys, so I finished these 6 increases. Now mark a row, and the next one we're gonna do, it's 1 stitch and 1 increase, and like that 6 times. 1 stitch, 1 increase, up till the end of the row. Alright, finish this 1 stitch, 1 increase, and we have 18 stitches in the row. So basically, to not show you every row, to cut a bit from the time, I think this is the easy part. You did a lot with me already. We're doing 2 stitches, 1 increase, and like that 6 times. So we're doing 1, 2, and in the third one we're doing an increase, and like that we're doing up till the end of the row. After that we're doing 3 stitches and increase, so we're doing 1, 2, 3 increase, and like that 6 times. And we have to do like that up to the last row. It's 5 stitches and 1 increase, and like that 6 times. So once you're gonna get there, then I'm gonna join you and will tell you how many rows we have to build up without changes. So do up to 5 stitches, 1 increase, and like that 6 times. Okay guys, so I finished this rows with increases. The last one was 5 stitches and increase, and now you should have 42 stitches around. And now what we're doing 3 rows without any changes, 42 stitches. Yeah, so we're doing 1, 2, 3 rows around without any changes, 42 stitches. Okay guys, so I finished these 3 rows. Now mark a row again, and now we're gonna do our cheekbones, so it has to be big. So what we're doing 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're doing 6 increases in a row. So 2 stitches in 1, 2, and like that 6 times. 3, 4, 5, and one more, 6. Now we're doing again 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again 6 increases in a row. Here is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one, 6. And now till the end of the row we're supposed to have 24 stitches. So let's finish the row. Okay guys, so now what we have to do, from 12th row to 16, so it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so 5 rows up without any changes, 54 stitches. So we should have here 54 stitches, and we're doing 5 rows without any changes. Okay guys, so I finished these 5 rows. Now we're gonna do 1 row with decreases, and we're gonna do like that 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now decreases, you're doing 2 stitches, 1, 2, and 1 decrease. Decrease we're doing hidden, so we're taking first half of the stitch from the one stitch and the other half from the other stitch, and we crochet them together like that. And like that we have to do 2 more times. So we're doing 1, 2, and again decrease, and 1 more time, 1, 2, and decrease. Now we're doing 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again decrease is exactly same, 2 stitches, 1 decrease, and like that 3 times. We're doing 1, 2, and decrease, and like that, yeah, again 1, 2, and decrease, and 1 more time, 1, 2, and decrease. This is our cheekbones is going to be here, and till the end of the row we should have 24 stitches. So we're finishing this row 24 stitches. Okay guys, so a slight mistake I made there. I say 24 stitches, but it's actually 18. I counted them, so I'm sorry for that if made you confused. Now in the row we should have 48 stitches. Now we have to do the decreases up to when you're gonna be left like in the body with 24 stitches. So now what we're doing, next row we're doing 6 stitches, 1 decrease, and like that 6 times. After that we're doing 5 stitches and decrease, and like that 6 times, and we carry on up to you're not gonna do 3 stitches, 1 decrease, and like that 6 times, and then you should have 24 stitches. I finding far hard now to count that, but I hope I'm not wrong. So let's do for up to 3 stitches and decrease, and then I'm gonna see what I have I had a quite rough morning, so if it's gonna be any correction, I will tell you. But for now, keep for 3 stitches and 1 decrease, and like that 6 times. This is gonna be our last row with decreases. So do to till this point, and we're gonna meet again. Okay guys, so I finished this rows with decreases. So the last one, how I said, is going to be 3 stitches and decrease. So here we have 24 stitches. This is exact same number of stitches we have on the body. So when we're gonna sew, it should be here. Now leave this one aside for now. We're gonna do the rest bits, the ears and all of it, and we're gonna fill this one, put the eyes, everything we're gonna do together. So for now, just put it aside, and we're gonna carry on with ears probably. Okay guys, so let's do ears. How I said, so we're doing as usually 2 loops. This is, by the way, how much left from this ball of yarn. Probably would need a bit more. 1, 2, and the second loop from the hook, we're doing 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one, it's 6. Now we have to do 2 rows up by 6 stitches. So we're doing 2 rows up. It's gonna be, I have done 1, so it's gonna be like a, I don't know, it looks funny when it's like that, it's like a nipple. Anyway, so we're doing 2 rows up by 6 stitches. Okay guys, so I did these 2 rows. Now I flip this on the right side, on the other side. Now mark your row. And we're doing 6 increases, so 2 stitches in 1, 1, 2, and like that 6 times. Okay guys, just finished the 6 increases. Now the next row we're doing 1 stitch, mark your row again, doing 1 stitch and 1 increase. And like that 6 times you have to do, and you should have 18 stitches. An increase. Okay guys, so I finished this row with increases. Now we have 18 stitches in the row and we have to do 3 rows up by 18 stitches, sorry. So 3 rows without any changes, 18 stitches. Okay guys, so I finished these 3 rows. Now what we're doing, we fold it into like that, and we have to crochet both sides, just like this one. And you should have like 9 stitches. So divide into 2, 3, as I said it before, I'm gonna cut it short because I don't like to sew with this yarn. It's very chunky and it's very annoying and it's not stable. But if you want, it's up to you. When you're doing a closing stitch, leave a longer end so you'll be able to sew this. And like that till the end. We're doing both sides. And I'm gonna do here 1 more loop, and it's already chunky, just to close. You see what I meant? I will figure this one out. The next, what we're going to do, we're gonna do this, I forgot how I was calling this nose, this piglet we're gonna do. And then we're gonna put everything together and we're done. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so the piglet, we're doing a chain of 5 loops, like that. And second loop from the hook, we're doing 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. In the last loop we're doing 3 stitches in one, so 3 stitches in the same loop. 1, 2, 3. Now we are on other side, and we're doing 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in the last one here we're doing an increase, so 2 stitches in the last loop. Now mark your row, and we're starting with 1 increase, so 2 stitches in one, then we're doing 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in these 3 loops or returned we're doing 3 increases in a row, so we're doing 2 stitches in one, and like that 3 times, and the last 3 times. Now again 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in the last 2 we're doing increase, 1, and again 1, so 2 increases in a row. Now mark your row, and we're starting with 1 stitch, and in the next one we're doing an increase, then we're doing 2 stitches, 1, 2, and again 1 stitch, 1 increase, so, and like that 2 more times, 1 stitch and 1 increase, and 1 more time, 1 stitch and 1 increase. Now we're doing again 2 stitches, 1, 2, and we're starting the same pattern, 1 stitch and 1 increase, and like that 1 more time, 1 stitch and 1 increase. Okay guys, so next row we're gonna start. Now this row we're gonna finish with closing stitch, so in the next loop we're doing 2 loops on the hook and you're pulling straight out. Yeah, and now mark your row, and we're gonna do on the back side of the loop of the stitch. We have to do 24 stitches, so we're crocheting. You see here you have 2 sides, so you're taking the back one and you're doing 22 stitches like that all the way around, with no changes, no nothing, just 22 stitches back side of the stitch. Okay guys, I did this 22 stitches on the back side of the stitch. Now 1 more row we have to do. It's mark your row, and we're doing 1 stitch, 1 decrease. We're doing hidden, so you're taking first half of the stitch from the first stitch and the other half from the other stitch, and we crochet them together. Then we're doing 2 stitches, 1, 2, and again 1 stitch and decrease, like that 3 times. Again 1 stitch and decrease, and again 1 stitch and decrease. Now we're doing 2 stitches, 1, 2, and again 1 stitch, decrease, and the last one we're doing 1 stitch and the last decrease. Now in the next loop we're doing a closing stitch, so you're pulling the thread, you have 2 loops on the hook, and the first loop you're pulling straight to another, and you're doing 1 more loop. That's it. The piglet is ready. Now again we're back for the same. If you want to sew with that, leave longer, if not, shorter. Now all the pieces we have, we're gonna put slowly everything together. I'm just gonna explain you how I put it. I'm not gonna show on the camera because it's very frustrating and it's not gonna be good, so just believe me. Now I will explain each bit what is and where you have to sew. I will show you, but not how I'm sewing. So see you in a bit. Okay guys, so how you can see, I pinned everything already down what I think it has to be, and I will explain you. So the eyes, it's 4 millimeters, I think. I will write it, I'm gonna measure it just in case, but they're all the same in my videos because I've got a lot of them. So if you just, I'm gonna write it down, but if you want you can go look for another video that is exactly the same eyes. So anyway, if you remember, we did these 6 increases in a row where we start our cheeks. It's right here somewhere, but just in case you cannot see, I will count for you. So you're going from the bottom and you're counting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and between 10 and 11 you putting the eyes. What is, when you're feeling, you can see that it has this cheeks like really puffy, yeah. So you're putting between 10 and 11, and the difference between them it's 1 2 3 4 stitches. I thought this is appropriate. After that, between the eyes, 2 rows down, you pin down the piglet. So I just put it and I just pin it with these pins. I bet you've got them too, just to hold everything in place, and after I'm just gonna sew it. Now the last one, it's the ears. So the ears, we're gonna put it like that. I'm just gonna do it one first to see if it looks good, and after we'll put the second one. Looks not bad, I think, like that. In person it's much better, to be honest. Yeah, so it's 2 rows from the top. Okay, let me put the second one just to make sure everything is fine. Yeah, sort of like that should be. I kind of like it, to be honest. So you have 2 rows to this side, and you start with the corner from here, and the same in exactly same on the other side. They have to be even, so just do that. And now let's sew everything together and fill the head with filler as much as you can to be puffy and nice and fat. This is important. After that, we're gonna sew it here. And just like that, it's gonna come everything together slowly. So let's sew first head. Okay guys, so how you can see, I've sewn everything. I put the eyes on the safety pins and everything looks decent, I would say. Now we have to sew this to the body, just to give it time. So I have a knitting needle, just like that. I've shown in my previous videos, if you wanna just take a look, but I will show you in this time too. So how I sew the head to be even and to stay properly, to not, because when you're sewing with nothing holding into it, it's always something not right. So what I'm doing, I'm just going with the needle, with the something long. It's not necessary to be a knitting needle, but something long enough that you can penetrate to the head and the body to hold it still. So I'm going right to these 6 stitches where we start this magic ring, where you have these 6 stitches, yeah, right in the middle there. You're looking, and from other side to go middle too. And now you just insert the head right here, just like that, and you're going all the way through. This way it's gonna stand still while you're sewing it, and it should be as you want. Now I forgot to mention there, but I think you already guessed it. When you sew the piglet, you have to fill with the filler a bit, not much, to be softish, and a bit flattish, sort of. On camera it's not, you cannot see everything, from my point at least, but real life I think it's better. So okay, with the head it's understandable, I think I explained quite well. So let's sew everything around, and while you're sewing, when you're gonna be left a couple stitches here, just fill this one good. The head to not be, to not jangle. It's like, you know, don't leave space for it to be loose. And see you after I did this, I guess. And we're gonna manage this piglet a bit, and maybe some eyebrows, and we should be done. Okay guys, I finished sewing everything. This is what we have so far. Yeah. It doesn't look so bad. I think, I don't know. We're gonna do the eyebrows and I forgot how it's calling anyway. Let's start with the nose. So we're gonna do this nozzle. I find the word. So we're inserting about right here where is this middle where we did these 5 stitches. So these 2 rows, 1, 2. So we're just pulling the thread just like that, and we're doing a couple times. Just like that. It's annoying sometimes. Just like that. And maybe one more time, and we exiting like 3 stitches apart right here. And we're doing exactly the same a couple of times like that. Don't pull too hard because it's gonna be not nice. Once I said that, and I did much worse than you did, than I thought. Sorry. Yeah, well. And that should do. Maybe one more time, just here. Insert one more time here, and right through the head, and you have to exit somewhere here, 1 stitch on the corner of the eye. Wait. Right here. It's hard for me because I don't have a big needle. For those who has, I envy you. I've tried to look up and never found it. That should do. This we're gonna hide later and we're gonna manage a bit better, but for now should do. So we are here on the corner of the eye, 1 stitch, and we're taking about 3 across like that, just like that. And we're gonna exit 1, 2, 3 in a straight line here, Let's see if it's right. Nope, that's bad. It's not a problem, just take it back, and we're gonna just go more stitches aside because it looks awful. Basically there is nothing, it's not a pattern for that. I'm doing everything how I think it's gonna look good, and it's not always the case, to be honest, so don't be disappointed if something is not going the way you think. The only rule on this is they are never the same. That's why it's intriguing. If you're doing the same pattern, it's never the same. So I took 2 stitches this time. I will try, and I will take 3 stitches apart right here, 1, 2, and here on 3rd I will insert, and again on the straight line 4 stitches. Should be in the same place somewhere where you're inserting this. Okay, this time is better. This time I like it better. Yeah. And 2 stitches apart, so we took like 2, 4, 5, between 5th and 6th we inserted, and now we're doing an exact same line, 2 stitches apart right here, and we're gonna exit on the back of the head or somewhere there side where you can, if you have long enough in the back of the head. If not, you will need to do a couple times like that, so it's not a big problem. This is how it is. Now I will take the hook. I will try to manage this. I'm not sure I like this because I think it's quite messy, but it's fine. And I'm just gonna hide this end here somewhere. This is how I'm doing always. Doesn't look so well, but it's not bad either, so we'll leave like that, because when you're trying too hard sometimes you're doing just worse. So just like that. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just go one more time with this to hide this end, and this is what we have so far. Okay guys, this is everything I wanted to do. If you want to do something yet, maybe you want a flower or you want a bow tie or something, you go for it. You can do, for me it's fine like that, so I'm not gonna do nothing more. I kind of like it. I wanted simple one because usually I'm doing too much clothes on and stuff, so I decided this time I'm gonna do just a simple one, like a simple pig, nothing more. So I hope guys you enjoyed to crochet with me. Please leave a comment below. I will be happy to see them. Leave a like, share with the friends, just help me grow in all ways possible. I will be very grateful to you, and see you in the next one. Bye.